All right, JJ, here we are.
Hello.
Hi there. I see you've dressed up nice with shorts on and a t-shirt.
Weather's getting nice. Weather's getting nice. Snow's gone, so I'm happy to bust out my shorts and not get ridiculed for it. Well, I guess we can start that streak tomorrow, but
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, you're in our third generation, and you've really begun to grow and develop more and more into a man. So why are you involved in the third generation of what our church and church networks and what we're doing around the world? Why are you in the third generation?
I mean, I was born in the time frame of the third gen.
Okay. I was hoping for a deeper answer other than God had you born in that time.
Yep. So,
but why are you taking time for it? Why is a guy like you why are you chasing these spiritual matters?
Yeah, so I, through coming to church and attending these meetings and stuff, I found a deeper meaning to life than to just go through every day, wake up, go to work and come home and go to bed and do that for 70 years. I found a new meaning in ministering to people and, chasing the gospel message and striving to live a life like in the way of Christ and his apostles and, set up a home that's patterned after Acts and just be that person, be the good in the world.
Okay.
In a world where there's so much hate and violence, I wanted to be better than that and pattern my life after Jesus.
Okay. So, what did you, when I first met you show up every now and again. I think you were dating a girl. So that kind of brought you in, right? But now you ain't dating that girl, but what did you specifically see or want, or was it? Maybe it was practically. Maybe some of your friends were just held you, but why did you stick around?
I found family in this church family. I grew up in what some would call a broken home setting. And I didn't really know what family meant, in a sense. And so coming here and making friendships that'll last a lifetime. I have friends that are close enough where I don't consider them friends, I consider them brothers. They're extended families. And so having that fellowship with them and being able to work with each other and, build with each other is what I really fell in love with, and that's what I, in a sense, didn't have for much of my life. And then I came here and I felt included, I felt heard, I felt loved, and I felt like what I was doing was impactful to not just myself, but to people in my local community, and I can bring those principles home and implement them with my family, with my brother and my mother and father, just trying to strengthen relationships with them, build relationships back, and
that's deep. Let's talk about your portfolio now.
I never go anywhere without it.
You never go anywhere without it. You've got why are you carrying that around? And what's in there?
Well, I have some sheet music from Gabe Searles last night. He's going to teach me how to play the guitar.
Oh, you're going to learn how to play the guitar.
Yeah, so I've got the famous yellow notepad and some other miscellaneous sheets, but I carry this around, and right now I'm doing a study of the book of Titus.
Okay.
I'm not completely done, but
Titus 3.
That's the date.
Oh, that's the date. Okay.
Yeah, so I have read chapter 2 and chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3 of Titus, and I've got chapters 1 and 2 done. I'm working on chapter 3 right now. I didn't want to rush it because I want good work in here, not, hurry up and get it done work.
Okay.
But the reason I carry this around is when I come across people in everyday life, I can use this to being able to minister in an effective way. For example, the other day, last Sunday, I was sitting down with some buddies and at Sam's Club eating some pizza, and this family had, asked if they could sit down next to us, and through a series of conversations over several minutes, probably half an hour or so, a conversation went from, hi, how are you? I'm so-and-so, to a faith-based conversation through this person was a Muslim or had a train of thought that was Muslim-ish. And so I was able to use this and being able to make a connection with them on a personal level instead of just, I go to church, you're a Muslim, we're not the same. And so you need to come to church or don't associate with me.
Mm-hmm. What else do you have in there? I see you've got a Robert Banks book in there.
Yeah. So I was recommended this book by some leaders in my church. It's called Going to Church in the First Century by Robert Banks.
Okay.
It's fairly short. It's only like 50-something pages or so. And so, yeah.
Have you read it yet?
No, I'm beginning. I'm
haven't read it yet. Okay.
just starting to read it. So my thought process is I'm going to go through it. I'm going to read it and read it again. I want to read it a good time or 2 or 3 and then write up a paper about it. You know, some impacts, some convictions I have around its teachings, how it lines up with the book of Acts, and then some questions that I have about it and take those to leaders in my house church.
Okay,
and
great.
Have conversations and have content to go with that. So,
all right. Well, let's finish off our discussion with what else let's go through the rest. You got 2 other books in there, or papers or something.
Yeah. So these papers, these are notes. So this is summit notes from when we had our conference the whole week.
Oh, yeah.
These are just some things I observed, some questions I had, some teachings and other impacts like that. So there's that. That's kind of a lot. And then these are notes from the 3rd Gen meeting that we had February 26th.
Okay.
I date everything, so.
Okay, well, that's
I have
smart.
things like definitions for charisma and didache, bits on wise and skillful living, what the gospel is, and engaging in the church and prioritizing the right things in life.
Yep.
You know, not chasing things like girls or money or, tangible, things that don't mean anything, like a big house or fancy cars. Not that those are bad, but that those aren't the right things for me to be chasing. So I need to be chasing the church. I need to be chasing the way of Christ and his apostles.
Yeah.
And patterning my life after that.
Man, I love it, JJ. So what books do you have on this side?
This is my First Principles book. We actually just finished this last night. It's Series 1, Book 3, participating in the mission of the church. And so I recently broke my wrist sledding, so I wasn't able to handwrite notes because I was in a cast. So I have all my notes on my phone, but I was recently able to get healed and get out of the cast, so I'm able to handwrite my notes again. I'm one of the few people, I feel like, in this world that at my age, I read books and handwrite notes.
Yeah. Okay.
In a world full of technology,
yeah.
I prefer to do it the old
Well, you
way.
still use technology, I saw, though, too, because we saw the other night you posted a bunch of your work up in the cloud.
Oh, yep.
So you're doing both, it appears.
Yeah. So I do both. I'm not anti one or the other, but I feel like it's more impactful for me to physically hold a book and read printed words and write physical notes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
It just activates my brain.
What's your last one you have there? Let's talk about your last one.
Yeah, so this is a book that our leaders were talking about during the conference that we had with the internationals. It's called Gatherings That Are Our Church Today, Patterned After Acts. And through this just walks us through how to organize our homes and our meetings in a way that's, true to the scriptures and doesn't get left up to interpretations or I want to do this, but I don't want to do this, so we're just going to do it this way.
Okay.
It's true. It incorporates all the scriptural aspects that we're called to do. Much like some of the other books that I've gone through, I want to read through this and write up a paper about it, questions, impacts, convictions, X, Y, and Z. Man,
JJ, I love it. You're taking your development in the faith very seriously. You're putting in hard work. You remind me a little bit of the passage where Paul says to train like an athlete, be disciplined as a soldier, and work hard like a farmer. And you're doing all 3 of those. And I think the just short conversation we've had right now demonstrates how you're continuing to do that. So keep going. Let's press on. I'm glad that you're part of our family. I'm glad that we can help each other grow into be strong men. So until next time, I'll see you.
Sweet. Thank you.